everyone, and welcome to the Business Shower Podcast, a podcast for business owners to shine. So, I am your girl, Kelly Edwards, and today we are talking with Ron Russell. Actor, TV host, producer, writer, just your all around. I want to say entertainment person. So, hi, Ron. How are you doing today?
Hey, Kelly, I'm doing good. I'm in the business 64 years.
Oof.
So I have also swept the stages with a broom.
Uh-huh.
I have painted sets and I have rewritten dialogue in some of the movies I'm in. So, an actor doesn't just act. We have so many other things that we do to make the film good or the show good. Well, you know that. You know that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, when you want your show to be better, you wear a very low cut top.
Yes.
and you let a little of the sisters show. And then all the fans that come in, they go, ooh la la. And let me tell you, honey, you've got a pair of sisters there. Twins.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, it's what every man wants, dear. You got gold.
Well, that's probably why I'm married.
That's why you're married. Your husband's lucky. You got a beautiful girl built. Woo!
Thank you. So, Ron,
Yes, darling.
is this your stage name or is this your real name that you that Ron?
No. When I started, my first movie I was in was in 1959, and that was with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter. And I entered the business with my real name, and they just said it's too long, it's too Italian, and nobody can pronounce it. Because my real name is Rolando Rocco Cesarigo. And that's like, my parents thought they were in Italy. But anyway, loving Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with Jane Russell. I fell madly in love with Jane Russell as a 16-year-old boy. So when I was 19, I needed a stage name, and I took Jane's name, Ron Russell. And years later, when Jane and I became the best friends that we hung out together, she always got a kick out of the fact that whenever we went out, they thought I was her husband or her son, or related, because my name is Ron Russell. She's Jane Russell. So it's a good name. It works. It's been around for a long time. People know it. It's easy to remember.
Okay.
What's your full name, Kelly?
Kelly Harper Edwards, actually.
Okay, so Kelly Edwards. I mean, how can you forget that? That's another good name.
Thank
Very, very nice name. What was your maiden name?
Harper.
Oh, Harper. That's even nicer than Edwards. Kelly Harper. I love that.
Yes.
That sounds like a journalist. Kelly Harper reporting the news.
Thank you. Maybe I'll have a career in that one day.
Yeah, you betcha.
So, tell us some movies that you have done and some movies that are actually coming up.
Oh, I've done. Oh, Jesus. Going back, I mean, I'm 80 years old, so I've done a lot of movies in my day. I did more television. I was on Charlie's Angels, Macmillan, and all those TV shows back in the 70s. But prior to that, I did some really winner movies, like Let's Rock with Julia Sorosa, where I was a teenage boy jitterbugging and dancing on a stage. No name credit, because I guess they thought I was an extra. And no film credit for that kind of woman, because I played a soldier, but I didn't have a speaking part. But I was 19 years old, and being directed by Sidney Lumet and working in scenes with I'm in more scenes with Tab Hunter. I think I forgot how many, 2 scenes with Sophia Loren was quite a thrill, because Sophia Loren at that time was like the #1 star in the world, and Tab Hunter was wonderful. Tab Hunter and I, in later years, became the best of friends. I mean, Jimmy and I saw Tab 2 weeks before he passed away. We were up at the house, and he was as healthy as could be, talked about his horse, just came back from riding Harlow, his beautiful horse. And he said to me, he said, Ron, we got a long way to go yet. He said, so let's, keep it together and stuff. And then he passed away 2 weeks later, which broke my heart, because Tab Hunter was one of the nicest, kindest, not a Hollywood snob guy. He was a regular Joe. I mean, I don't like Hollywood bullshit people. I only hang out with the real people. If you're not real, I don't want you in my house. I don't want your bullshit. Save it for the press.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? Don't you agree?
I agree. I completely
I
agree.
mean, you want a bunch of phonies in your house?
No, nobody
I,
wants
I,
that.
I am wonderful. My new film, I am terrific. I am beautiful. I am good. Go fuck yourself. Oh, excuse me. But anyway, that's my attitude. You're so wonderful, then go fuck yourself. You don't need me.
Exactly. No, I get it. I completely get it. So tell me what you enjoy most about being a freelancer slash entrepreneur and what's the hardest?
Wow, I never thought of myself as an entrepreneur or a freelancer. I'm an actor. I've
Mm-hmm.
always been an actor. I was born an actor. My mother was an actress, a silent movie actress, Jenny Gabriel. My father worked on the sets on the Lowe's Triborough Theater in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
My sister married a documentary movie producer. So the conversations in our house on Sunday when we all got together were always about the business. Um, Yet I can talk about other things. I'm not only a business talker. So an entrepreneur, I don't think I'm an entrepreneur, but if you want to call me that, thank you. No, I'm just an actor, a guy that goes to a factory and it's cold in the morning and it stinks
Mm-hmm.
and they push you around and they treat you like crap.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you what to do, what not to do. I have a very good sense of humor. I like to play gags and do dirty jokes and stuff while we're working and say nasty things. And now you can't do that anymore because of women's liberation or some shit. Years ago, if a girl came on the set, say like you, in just a push-up bra and pants, there would be 9 million guys making jokes about the tremendous, beautiful boobs you have. And the girls wouldn't care. The girls would wiggle them and laugh and say, eat your hearts out. Don't you wish you had them? Today, they go in the office and report you. Oh, Ron Russell commented on my breasts while we were working, and you get reprimanded for that. And that stinks because, first of all, I'm gay. Second, I'm an actor, and you're my friend. We're working together. If we keep it at a stuffy, snobby level, our performance will be a stuffy, snobby level.
Yeah.
But if you're dressed as a prostitute, you're going to be like when I did Charlie's Angels. We shot it in downtown Los Angeles in the porno movie theater. And I remember, if I remember correctly, Jacqueline Smith was an undercover cop, and I was one of the detectives. Now we had to kid around with the girls that were playing hookers because they had to get it. You know what I mean? If they were playing themselves like regular ladies, it wouldn't have been good.
Yeah.
So I believe like right now, you and I were kidding around before we went on the air. It breaks the ice. It makes me like you because I do like you because you're a sport. You're a nice girl. You're very nice. I like you. But if you were a TWAT, well, that makes my interview very different than this one.
Yeah.
You're a Jersey broad. I'm a Brooklyn boy. Come on, we're home. We're family. You and I. We're the same.
Exactly. Okay. Just right over the water.
We think a lot. We feel a lot. We're the best.
Yeah.
I really think so.
I agree. I agree.
The East Coast people are super duper.
Okay. So, what is the biggest pain point that you've been dealing with these days with COVID? I know before we got on.
Oh, don't even ask. I have 6 movies to make. The money backers have backed out because a lot of them were Trumpers.
Mm,
And when Trump went bye-bye, so did the couple of $1 million for the movie.
wow.
So a lot of the people that go out there for the investors had a lot of trouble with this. That's why you could never be political in this business. I was in trouble because many of my friends despised Trump, and they said the most horrific things on Facebook about it. And one of our money lenders was giving us $500,000 for one of Jimmy's films, and he said, "How could you be friends with that person? He's despicable. The things he says about our president, blah 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 blah." So I answered like an innocent guy. I said, "Listen, he's our friend. What do I give a shit if he likes Democrats or Republican? That's none of my business. That's his business. And it's freedom of speech. If he wants to say Trump is the most disgusting thing in the world, let him. Because I have friends that think Trump is the most wonderful thing in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's freedom of speech and people's belief. I am one of these freaks that believe in equality. Oh, I'm totally for equality of everything. I have fought most of my life for gay marriage, interracial marriage. I believe that love is love, and whoever you marry, if you love them, what difference if they don't fit the bill that everybody? Fuck you. You want to marry a white old lady? Go marry a white old lady. You want to marry a black old lady? Go marry a black old lady. Who gives a shit? Are you happy? Is she good to you? She's not a whore. She makes nice kids. I mean, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's difficult in this business having my opinion because people don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been called a communist. I've been called a racist. Racist, that one gets me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one in Palm Springs that has black people to my home all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of my so-called Democratic friends in this valley, I've never seen a black once. Sherry Belafonte, who's my friend, we went to a party together with Sherry Belafonte. But I don't see black people in this white community of Palm Springs. So hello, where's this bullshit you have about equality? You're full of crap. Mm-hmm. If a black person moved next door, you'd move so fast you wouldn't know it hit you. That's equality. It's fake. Phony. I hate people like that.
Yeah.
I have the most wonderful black friends. You know who is my dearest friend? Cece Penningston. Finally, she's my darling friend.
Oh, really?
Oh, Cece's here all the time. So is Cece Sykes, who's a comedy. Plus, I can't even remember all the people that we have in our home. So equality is an honest feeling. Don't have Vogue chic equality. Don't have the equality that, it's in to be, it's not to be prejudiced. But when I was called a racist, I really went fucking nuts because that's the last thing in the world that I am. The last thing. I'm gay. How could I be a racist?
Yeah.
100 years ago when I came out, I was like 17 or 18. Do you know how many white guys were lovers with black guys? I mean, I knew that shit way before the marches in the 60s and all the crap that followed. I mean, gay people were the first people in the world to be interracial. So that's who I am.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but I'm just disgusted with the phony people out there who say that they love diversity, when if their child went out with someone of the wrong shade, they would have a fit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And also black people. I'm not saying only white people. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Star, my husband, had a black guy come on his Instagram, one of those things.
Yes,
he said to Jimmy, please do not follow me anymore. I don't like white people. Okay? So, what do you know? Black people are all saints? Come on, I know a lot of
listen, I completely understand. I get it, because sometimes we do, but most of the times I would like to think that, we are not, but that's just human nature. Everybody has flaws, and everybody can sometimes be nasty. It doesn't matter what color their skin is. So
yeah, but nothing wrong with being a racist if that's what you believe in. Be a racist. It's okay. We don't give a shit. You're not coming in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
But be a racist. Yeah. Blow it out your ass. I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in today's climate, you can't even really you can't do that because it's almost frowned upon. So I would just say,
listen,
go about your business and stay in your own world, kind of.
I mean, I have a problem with all of the new immigrants coming in by the thousands. Mm-hmm. The problem is not because they are brown or whatever the frig they call them. Mm-hmm. The problem is, what are we going to do with them when they get here? Where are they going to live? How are they going to get work? They don't even speak English. What are we going to do with these thousands of new immigrants coming in? We've got to prepare for it. We've got to build more low-income housing.
Yes.
We have got to get the homeless out of the tents and into facilities where they can be helped, medicated, treated, and then recycled back in the street. What is wrong with our country? What is wrong with our leaders?
Yeah.
I mean, don't they see the stupid things that we see? So now we're going to have a couple of 100,000 people coming in crying. They're going to cry when they come in because they're going to say, I'm hungry. Mm-hmm. I have nowhere to live. What did I do? I made a mistake. I left my home to come to this crap. Sad, very sad. I don't want to get political, but anyway.
No, I get it.
I got my points across. Now we can get back to silly.
Yes, we can. So
silly and fun.
3 people that influenced you.
Oh, my brother-in-law, Evan,
Okay.
who was the producer of
Okay.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my dearest and most darling friend, Jane Russell, the movie legend star.
Okay.
I found when Jane and I became brother and sister, because we hung out together, we went all over together, that we were so much alike. Jane and I, we could almost say the same things and agree. We rarely ever, and she was a Republican, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, a very, very tough Republican, but she was not prejudiced. And she used to say to me, "How come you're gay? Why are you gay? You shouldn't be gay." I said, "Oh, because I was married for 16 years. I've got 2 children." I said, "Jane, I woke up one morning. I said, I'm bored. I think I'm going to be gay the rest of my life." So she didn't get it. I said, "Honey, you're born gay." I said, "See the way you were born, stacked and built and sexy? Well, you didn't put stuff in you." She said, "God, no. I'm all natural." I said, "Well, so am I.
Exactly.
This is me.
Yeah.
I never chose this life." "Well, you were married 16 years. Well, I lied. I was a cheater and a phony because I really wasn't myself. But back in my day, if you didn't get married, you were outcast. Don't forget, they would throw you out of a building if they found out you were gay. They would fire you if they found out you were gay. And the police would raid the gay bars and beat us up and take our money if you were gay. Oh, you don't know what it was like. You think black people had it bad? Talk to me, honey. I'll tell you stories that we are all alike. The blacks and the gays, we had it very rough. All right. We were allowed to go in every toilet. They didn't have black and white toilets. But when you went into a toilet, if they picked up that you were gay, the straight men would walk away. They wouldn't even pee next to you. They were afraid.
Wow.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible.
that is horrible.
To be outcasted, to be thought of as some kind of a syphilited condom.
Yeah. That's almost like how it was. Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, the same thing with black people. They treated black people like they were gorillas, like they were horrible people. They said dreadful things about them. I mean, they were stupid, they were this, they were that, they were backward. I mean, they're only good for cleaning homes. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah.
Look at Oprah Winfrey, excuse me. Denzel Washington, excuse me.
Yes.
And so many of my black friends that live in mansions, they drive gorgeous cars. Come on, please.
Yeah.
And Johnny Mathis, my most favorite singer in the world. Who's got a voice like Johnny Mathis? Not even Frank Sinatra.
I don't even think I know who that is.
I'm coming to Jersey and smacking you all over.
Oh, no.
You don't know who Johnny Mathis is?
No. Who is
Oh, my God. I'm going to kill myself out on the air.
No, don't kill yourself.
Chances are, 'cause you wear a silly grin the moment. Johnny Mathis is the number 1 black singer in the world.
Yeah.
Oh my God, girlfriend, when you stop this show, I want you to go on your phone and pull up Johnny Mathis and listen to the Voice of Voices.
Okay.
More people got pregnant because of him.
Wow.
Because
I'm going to have to ask my grandmother because...
What grandmother? Good, ask your mother. What grandma? How old's your grandmother?
My grandmother is 85.
Yeah, she'd know Johnny Mathis. Your mother would know. How old's your mother?
My mother's 60.
Oh, she knows Johnny Mathis. Okay. Please, I'm very upset with you. That's it. That's it. Do you know who Lena Horne is?
No.
Oh, dear God.
I mean, you might have to sing the song.
You're talking about black people who the black people today stood on their shoulders to become who they are. If it wasn't for Ella Fitzgerald, Lena Horne, Johnny Mathis, the Ink Spots, black people today would never be singing and be as famous as they are. These are the people that broke through the white barrier and showed the white people how talented they were. Ruby and the Romantics. I mean, everybody, do you know anything about, I've come to visit you in New Jersey. I'm giving you lessons.
Yes, you are giving me lessons.
No, because you don't even know anything about Barry and my mind went, Diana Ross, you know who she is?
Yes, I do know who she is.
And she's a bitch. So why you shouldn't have, oh yeah, she's one, nobody likes her in the business. She's just not nice. Well, Diana Ross thinks she's white. Yeah, and she treats black people like they're beneath her because she's white. Oh, she's not very nice. She's not very nice.
What about Patti LaBelle? I love her.
Oh, Patti LaBelle, my hero. I don't even love her. I adore Patti LaBelle. We were living in Pennsylvania because of our network was shooting out of Pennsylvania about 5 years ago. And we went to a black premiere of a black television show. And who's there but my sweetheart, who I love. At my age, it's dreadful, these names, that they go away from me. We Are Family. Oh, who's the lead singer? We Are Family. Oh my God. Anyway, she was there, and I got all excited to meet her.
Okay.
So she lived in the next town over from me. I lived in Doylestown. She lived in North Newport or whatever it's called. I said, why don't you come for dinner one night? Bring your husband. I'd like to meet him. She said, well, how would you like it if I brought Patti LaBelle? Well, I almost went through the floor and out the door. I looked at her. I said, are you shitting me? What's her name? You know who she is, the sisters. Oh my God, she's coming on our show again. I love and adore her. She's a good friend. Anyway, I said, you bring Patti LaBelle to my house. I cook good, but Patti LaBelle is some cook. Anyway, I don't know if she was really arranging it or whatever it was, but they said to us, you can now move back to California. And Jimmy and I packed, sold our house, and ran. So we never got a chance to have Patti LaBelle to our home. But if I would have had Patti LaBelle to our home, I would have just looked at her and said, okay, woman, you want to eat? On my own. Let's do it, Patti. We sing for our supper here. I think Patti LaBelle and Johnny Mathis are two of the greatest singers ever. Okay. And they happen to be black. And they're not stupid, and they're not backward, and they're not ignorant, and they're not common, and they're not
all the names that they said we were. No, we are not.
And they are not gorillas either. So cut that shit out.
Exactly.
Stupid prejudice assholes. Well, I don't get a chance. We don't have very many black interviewers. So, I'm jumping all over you because I'm getting my poisons out. I'm getting my points out, Okay. I have a very big fan base. I have an enormous, we have 4 million people that watch us. And if half of them would watch this show, I hope I'm getting through to some people that equality is what God made. God wants equality. God didn't put us here to hate each other and fight each other and harm each other. God put us here to grow fruit, vegetables, to eat, to live, to have sex, to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I sound like a minister. I played one.
Okay.
In my movie, Clown Fear, I played a gay minister, gay lighting the loafers, Minister McFadden, who really wasn't a minister in Las Vegas. But when people came to get married, he would take their money and say, listen, there's a shortcut out of here, take Circus Road. When they took Circus Road, the killer clowns got them and ate them.
Oh, God.
And because I was not really a minister, it was a horror movie. It was campy, a lot of fun. Oh, okay. That's out right now. You could get that at Walmart or wherever.
Yeah.
Wherever they sell it.
I'm going to have to watch that. Okay. So what do you think your biggest failure is, and what did you learn from it?
Oh, I don't want to sound like a conceited asshole, but I don't have any failures.
Okay.
I have no failures that I could really think about that I learned from. I've learned from mistakes.
Okay.
But not failures. So I'm a Gemini.
Question.
Yeah, I'm a winner. I knew Betty Davis also. And Betty Davis and I would talk about that. I said, Betty, you don't like losing. She said, I never lose. I will not lose. I have to be the best in everything I do or I won't do it. And I agreed with her. I said, that's me. I have to be the best in what I do or I won't do it. No, I won't do anything just for the money. Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Okay. So do you have any fears?
Fears. Only I worry about my daughters. That's my fear, that God forbid something happens to them that's unspeakable. That's my fear. That's your fear. Other than that, I don't have any fear. I'm a tough guy from Brooklyn. Come on. Punch you right in the face. I'm not afraid of anybody.
Okay.
And if my fists can't do it, I pick up a chair.
Exactly. And knock them over the head, right?
Yeah, fear of what?
Okay.
Fear of something harmful happening to my daughters, because my daughters are the reason I live. I adore them, and they live here in Palm Springs. And every Monday we get together, we play cards or dominoes because
Aw.
they love daddy, and I love my girls.
Aw.
Yep.
Okay. Well, shout out to your daughters. What are
Yes.
their names?
Deirdre is one, the gorgeous redhead, and Leslie is the blonde. Leslie was number one in Miss America, uh, first runner up. She was Miss Long Island, Miss New York City, Miss New York State, and Power's number one model. And
Okay.
she looked like Grace Kelly, green-eyed blonde. And the other one is a redhead, tall, almost, she's like 6'1" in heels and wears platform shoes because she loves her height. And she's a sexy redhead with blue eyes.
Okay. Okay.
hmm
All right.
We're Northern Italian, by the way.
Italian. Okay.
Northern. My
North-
grandmother was a blonde, blue-eyed. So we have Northern Italians are basically a mix of German, Austrian, Italian. You know, they're up in that region.
Mhm.
So that's how come I have light kids.
Okay.
Not like me. I'm dark. I mean, you see white hair. I mean, when I was young, I had jet black hair. And I go in the sun, I can get dark. I could pass for a brother almost. When
Mm.
if I go out in the sun, forget it.
Yeah.
Years ago, with my black hair, I looked Hispanic more than,
Italian.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what advice would you give someone wanting to pursue a similar career as yours?
Oh, don't unless you have the love of conversation and the love of getting to know people, their innate mechanisms.
Mhm.
Don't be a phony interviewer that asks the most ridiculous, stupid questions that I won't even answer some of them. Not you.
Yeah.
You're good. No, you're real. You know the stupid questions. Be unique, be different, because we have about 1 million interviews right now because of COVID. Everybody wants to do an interview. The secret to Jimmy and my success is myself 9 years on his show. We do 2 different stars a week. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 a month.
Mm.
Add that up in 9 years and you see how many I've interviewed. Prior to that, I had a TV show on television called Set the Record Straight, where I interviewed Loren Bacall, Betty never came on, but Jane Russell, Terry Moore, Cliff Robertson, Tab Hunter, everybody.
Mhm.
And it takes years of training. Once you develop a personality that people will like, then go out there and do it. But if you don't have a personality, because you take on a great responsibility,
Mhm.
like with Kelly. Kelly, what is your favorite food? Who gives a shit?
Mhm.
You know. But anyway, Kelly, what's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay. Then you make a joke about the pizza, and you make because it's a very boring comment. Pizza. You know, she said pizza. So what are we going to do? Build on pizza? So
Yeah.
I'm going to say, have you ever had the pizza in Naples? And while you were eating the pizza, has an Italian ever pinched your ass? Now that simple question has become a story.
Yes.
And everybody's listening and they said, oh, I bet her ass was pinched when she was buying the pizza. So that's what you have to have, personality.
Yeah, exactly. No, I
My
get it.
God, wait a minute. What size chest are you?
Oh, I'm
Triple D?
yeah.
God bless your husband. Oh, that man. He gets lost in those mountains and he ain't never coming out. Woo! What a lucky. Tell your husband what I said.
He can hear you.
Oh, he can hear. You know what, you son of a bitch? Are you so lucky? You got a gorgeous girl and built like forget about it.
Sarah, do you hear that?
Cushions forever. Woo! What a luck. Buy her a piece of jewelry, you stupid fool. Look what you got. That's not big enough. Trade
No.
it.
Oh,
Trade it.
yes. Give me a bigger ring.
Yeah, trade it in. We'll get a bigger stone.
Okay. So, what are some resources that helped you along the way to get started in acting and with the podcast? And we're going to talk about the podcast shortly.
No one helps you in our business. No one.
Sure.
Learn that when you go into it.
Yep.
If you're doing something incorrectly, someone may sarcastically make you feel like you're inadequate. If you're doing something that's terrific and successful, they don't even know you're there. It's like Facebook. If you say I'm dying of cancer, you got 5 million people saying I'm sending you energy. But if you say I just won the lottery, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people, and jealousy of people is the most horrible thing in our business. I don't have that because I don't have jealousy because I don't give a shit. A lot of people have come our way who are now interviewers, who are becoming a little more famous and successful. And I've been on their show and I made their show better so that they could get more famous. I feel give back. You won something, share it. You're a great interviewer, which I consider myself one of the top interviewers in the country. Share it, give it, teach it, because I'm 80. I can't do this much longer. How much longer? Another 5 years? Then I'll be sitting here peeing myself doing.
I don't think so.
I think so. So share it. And as you climb the ladder to success, share it. Because remember, the people that you step on going up, you're going to meet coming down.
Absolutely.
So be smart. Jealousy is the number one ruination of all talent. Lose it. Get rid of it. Get it out of your body. Replace jealousy with energy, positive energy.
Exactly. Okay. So let's talk about the podcast for a second. The name of the show, and my question is, who have you interviewed that was a snob, right?
Oh.
And then who did you interview that was the best interview you've ever had?
Wow. That's a difficult question because there's so many wonderful interviews. I think 98% of our people have been fabulous because that's how Jimmy and I work. We bring it out in them. A lot of them came on the show reluctantly because of the vulgarity and the innuendos and the dirty shit that I talk about. You know, I make cracks about boobs and stuff. Audiences love it, but a lot of the celebrities are afraid of it. Yeah. And after the show was over, they said, I was so relaxed. I had such a wonderful time. Ron, you're so funny. Jimmy is such a rock. He's so solid. I will come on your show anytime. So we have mostly that. We've never had only one bitch. Her name is Diane McBain, very famous actress. She made a movie with Elvis Presley, many movies. Okay. She was a beautiful blonde when she was young, extremely gorgeous. Not an actress, but a blonde. When she got old and lost her beauty, she went out the window. Nobody cared about her. So I screwed up on her name. Mission Impossible had an actress called Barbara Bain. And this one is Diane McBain. So I called her the other name. Well, she had a shit fit. She text messaged me, I am Barbara McBain. I have been on television. She's giving me all her credits. How dare you call me Diane Bain? And I want you to know, I will never be on your show. So I text back. I said, gee, I'm so sorry. Now I'll never sleep again. That's a nice way of saying fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you have idiots like that, nobody gives a shit about her. She lives here in Palm Springs too. Nobody gives a shit about her. She's a has-been old broad now. She's old as me. Who the hell wants you? When to go play great-grandmothers? So here's a chance to be on the number one talk show in the world. 2 years in a row. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell has won the number one spot of pod shows in the world. And we have guests that nobody can get. I mean, we have well, Lainey Kazan is my best friend, and I love her. She was a delightful guest, and so many. My kid, CC Pennings, I call it CC Peniston because her name is spelled Penis.
Yeah, I know.
So she loves that when I say CC Penis. So she's a delight. You'd love her if you met her. She's just the most talented woman in the world. We've had so many, I can't even remember them. But so many major stars, you know, a lot of old Hollywood stars came on because of me. Okay. For my TV show, I interviewed Jane Russell, as I said, Cliff Robertson, Humphrey Bogart's wife, Loren Bacall, Tippi Hedren from The Birds. Big stars, big stars.
That's one of my favorite scary movies.
The Birds.
Yes.
Oh, well, off camera, she gave me plenty of info on that. Hitchcock was really a dirty old man, and he was after. Oh yeah, he never left her alone. And when she wouldn't swing with him, he screwed up her contract, and she wasn't allowed to work for 7 years. And that's how come her career didn't go anywhere. Because Tippi Hedren, after The Birds, was a hot property. She's beautiful. I mean, I still see Tippi. I did an interview up at her ranch, what's it called, Svangala or whatever. Tippi is a lovely girl, lovely woman. I like her a lot.
Okay. So, what advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self?
Mm-hmm.
Go to bed with all the people who hit on you that were gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't do that. And now, in retrospect, when I look back, and these were movie actors. You know, I knew Rock Hudson, and he was gay.
Okay.
And I never slept with him. All right? And I was younger than he. Also, George Nader, another actor who was gorgeous, who made advances, and I never slept with him. So those are the regrets that I have, are some of the gorgeous, sexy movie stars that I didn't have affairs with. I was prudent. Italian upbringing, very strict Italian upbringing. You know, we didn't do that back then. Today, I probably would have been an outrageous whore. But back in my day, you know, you just didn't do it. Girls didn't do it either. And if they did, they kept it quiet.
Because it was frowned upon.
Well, no, your parents would beat the shit out of you.
Oh, well, yeah, that's it.
I mean, come on. I mean, if you came home pregnant, you got, forget it. You're gone, sister dear.
Yeah.
Not too much different in the black culture either.
No, it's not.
Trust me, those mamas know how to beat their kids good when their kids are bad. So do the Italians. My father used to put me in a corner and whip me with a strap.
Yeah.
And when I cried, he said, "Stop crying, stand there like a soldier, or else I'm going to keep whipping you like a dog." Imagine how horrible whipping a child. But
yeah, no, listen, we used to have to go pick our switches.
yeah, okay, so there you go. So you know what it's like.
Yes.
But you know what? It made us into different people.
Yes.
It really put a discipline in us. So maybe nowadays you hit your kid, you go to jail, which is terrible. I never hit my daughters. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I raised one eyebrow like this, and I looked at them, and they ran and peed themselves. They were terrified because they knew when that eyebrow went up, Daddy was on the warpath.
Yeah.
So, but I never hit them.
Yeah.
I would never hit my kids because I was an abused child.
Yeah. No, listen. I get it. I'm sure well, my fans know this, but I specialize in social work as well. So hitting your kids and abusing your kids is two different things. Disciplining your kids and abusing your kids is two different things.
Right.
So,
a smack on the ass they're not going to die from. But it teaches them that you're angry enough to do this to them. I agree.
Exactly.
I mean, I was walking in Manhattan. I was waiting at a traffic light on 34th Street or 74th, whatever. And there was a child, maybe 3 years old. And the mother bent over to the child and she said, "Well, where do you want to have dinner? Tell mommy." And I thought to myself, I could just see my mother doing that. My mother would say, "Listen, you little fuck, we're going to Nedick's." You know? I mean, if I said to my mother, "Oh, I'd like to go to this restaurant," she'd give me a shot in the head. "You go where I'm paying, you stupid kid." Exactly. That's the difference.
Yeah, no, me and husband was talking the other day about parenting skills and how it's going to be different. Like, we're definitely going to discipline our kids. They're not going to get away with anything.
Well, mostly
get away with anything. So
mostly about drugs.
Yes.
My father, and I came up in an era when we called marijuana, what do we call it? Marijuana, I think we called it.
Doobies or something like that?
No, stupid name. Rope, straw, but no, it was called, anyway, you were dope fiend. If you smoked marijuana, you were a dope fiend. And you hid that fact. You didn't gang smoke like they do today, walking in the street with your pals. No way. You smoke pot, you smoke with the people that smoke pot and never tell the rest of your friends because your friends wouldn't talk to you. You're a dope addict. My father instilled that in my brain. I'll kill you. I'd rather see you dead than you take that shit. Because my father was in show business. And he knew like Nat King Cole. My father knew Nat King Cole, and Nat King Cole used to do drugs like crazy, cocaine and everything he could.
Mm-hmm.
And my father just said, "Don't." Anyway, I don't do drugs. So it was instilled in my brain. Do that with your children.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure they don't get hooked on drugs. So many of my friends died from drugs
Yeah.
over the years. Famous people. I won't mention who they are, but they were famous movie star. One in particular who was a very dear friend of mine, and he OD'd. Of course, the press said he had a heart attack, but he
That's
OD'd.
not, yeah. Wow. So, if money wasn't an option, would you do this or would you do something else every day?
I don't know how to do anything. I was a hairdresser because that's how I supported my kids. You think you support your kids for movies? Only if you're like a superstar, Barbara Streisand, making that kind of buck. Yeah, you can support yourself. But no, I didn't make enough money to own a home, a car, put my kids through school, college, and stuff. No, I had to work as a hairdresser. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Um, but I was always an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I was always in show business. I did a nightclub act and drag as Jane Russell for many, many years, not in gay bars, but in straight supper clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of things in my business,
Okay.
but no matter what, I went back to show business is my life.
Yeah.
I love it. You understand.
Yes.
You got you got a taste of it now. You're hooked, sister. You are hooked.
Yeah.
Believe me. You want more and more and more. I'm 80 years old and I'm still looking to get a good part,
Mm. Okay. Okay.
which I think I have coming up in a movie called Clowny.
Tony. Okay.
Clowny, I play a counselor in camp, a camp counselor.
Mm.
And that role seems to, I think it's going to give me a pretty good dimension of being a neurotic, insane camp counselor.
Okay.
Good part.
So, when does this movie come out? Does it come out?
Oh, well,
In,
not
oh,
for a
no.
long, we're shooting it June 27th.
Okay.
So it won't come out till the next year. But what's coming out is Clown Motel 2, and I play General Milan in the army, and I'm helping to find a woman that was kidnapped by the killer clowns,
Okay.
and he is the sergeant in my unit. And
Okay.
that's a good part. I like that part, and I get to play with the most beautiful girl in the world. I get to play opposite Stevens, Angie Stevens. Oh, she's gorgeous. You got to see this broad. Unbelievable. It's like a Barbie doll fake. I'm probably everything on her is fake. I mean, gorgeous boobs, beautiful ass, beautiful legs, face, hair, everything. She's a gorgeous woman. Gorgeous. And a sweetheart. And we became good friends.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, what what's gonna happen next for you, other than the 6 movies that you have gonna have to record? Are you gonna continue doing
Well, I hope I don't get pregnant because I'm too old to deliver. So so that's not one of our. See how you make a question fun. This is
Yes.
what you have to learn, Kelly. I want you to learn from me.
Yes.
Make the question fun. Nobody gives a shit about that question you asked until the response comes back. Do you think they really care where I'm going next? I'm going next. I'm going to go in the ash box. And they're going to blow me in Central Park. I told them, blow all my ashes around the lake by the Batista Fountain. That's where I'm going next. But anyway, oh my God, whatever comes my way, that's exciting and fun. I mean, we're shooting in Tennessee, we're shooting in Atlanta, and we're shooting in hopefully New York. But,
Ooh.
well, we don't know because there's a lot of difficulty in New York with the mayor and the whatever. And the subject matter of that film, I don't know. It's about child kidnapping and slavery.
Oh.
And I play a detective
Okay.
who's hunting these people down. So the subject matter right now, New York doesn't want anything that heavy.
Yeah.
They want light and airy filmed in New York, which I agree. But this is a subject I'm very interested in because of the amount of children who are being kidnapped and forced into child prostitution, male and female.
Yeah.
I think it's the most horrific problem in the world. Why God doesn't come and kill these bastards that steal them, I'll never know. But It's going to be a very good film. The script is wonderful. It's very exciting. I love reading. Some scripts I read, I can fall asleep. They're horrible. They send me script. The best script I got that was funny. Now listen to this story.
Okay.
Killer drag queens from outer space. Killer drag queens from outer space. And they wanted me to play the head drag queen that came here from Mars. And my name is Miss Moon. And the reason why we came here is because we ate all the men on our planet, and now we're coming here to eat all the men on planet Earth. So I went hysterical. I said to Jimmy, did you ever read such a piece of shit in your life? I said, this guy's off at the wall. Yeah. Well, I mentioned it to a very good friend of mine who's an outstanding award-winning producer. And you know what he said to me? Ron, let's do it. I said, are you kidding? He said, no, it could be the high camp. It could be like Killer Clowns from Outer Space or the Killer Tomatoes. You know, you don't even know what those films are. Anyway, those are all stupid.
No, I know what Killer Clowns was.
That's my favorite clown movie.
That movie makes me not like clowns.
Oh, but I love the movie Killer in the Fun House. That's a great movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I'm going to do it, but I doubt it. But anyway, we just got a kick out of it. That's where people's heads are at. Killer drag queens from outer space. I mean, really, what made him think that?
Yeah. Interesting. It's
okay. It's not so interesting. It's amusing.
So,
what, honey?
This is my signature question. This is what I ask every guest. Yes. So, what is something that no one knows about you? And you seem like you're an open book. So, this might have to be that type of question where
I find rejection from people the most difficult thing to deal with. Nothing harms me, nothing hurts me. But if for no reason at all someone rejects me or rejects me falsely by saying I'm a racist or something like that, that devastates me. I cannot deal with it. And my closest, most intimate friends know that. And that's why they do not in any way ever make me feel that way, because they're good friends. Yeah. But rejection of a film part years ago got me. Not at this age, nah. I mean, I actually I've never been rejected yet at this age. But if I were, you know, who cares? You don't want me, tomorrow another script comes, they want me. You know, I'm a veteran. I'm the only 80-year-old that's alive that's not in a coma. That can work.
That is true.
But rejection, I think, how do you feel about rejection?
I don't like it.
See, I think that's the most hurtful thing in the world is rejection from a lover, from your child, from a dog even. If you get a dog and the friggin' dog doesn't like you, you get nuts.
Yeah.
So I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Not only are you pretty, but lovely, delightful, charming, ingratiating. I think you're going to go somewhere in this biz.
Thank
you. I
you.
really think so, because I like you. I don't say that to all the interviewers. I've been interviewed by a lot of jerks. I said to Jimmy, what the fuck was that all about? Why'd you put me on that show? But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to know you. And I think you're very upscale and very charming.
Thank you.
You got something, Toots, besides those cannons. That husband of yours. Meanwhile, listen to me. Do you ever use them like to get something out of your husband? Like if you want all the time. Oh,
all the time.
No, I love you the more. I love you. Put on pasties and dance, honey.
No, I use them all the time to get his attention.
Good girl. If you got him, flaunt them.
Well, before we wrap up, do you have any questions for me?
Any question for you? Yeah, I'm going to ask that one question I hate. Mm-hmm. What made you do this?
Well, so this podcast was actually a branch off of the event. So I originally started this as a business shower event. So we were going to be doing business showers for businesses because I feel like everybody always celebrates babies, weddings. What about a new business? So I started the business shower, and then the pandemic hit, and I was just like, well, I always wanted to do a podcast. So now it's time. So this is how I came up with the Business Shower podcast.
Well, you sound intelligent. You're very well spoken. You have a nice vocabulary. You have a very pretty, beautiful face.
Thank you.
And of course, maybe if you had breast enlargement, you could get somewhere in the world. Being flat chested stinks, I can imagine.
I
But
don't
no,
think I want them to be any bigger than what they are now.
why not? Why not? You could use them as
Bras
floats.
cost like $120 for me. That's expensive.
What, for bra? A bra's
One.
100. Why don't you just buy 2 parachutes and sew them together?
Exactly. That's what I should do, right?
Listen, when I come to town, I'm going to look you up.
Please do.
I'm not shitting you, because you know what? We're going to be in New Jersey, Jimmy and I,
Okay.
either in May or June.
Okay.
When we're in New Jersey, we're going to have lunch.
Okay.
And if you're available, we'll all have lunch, and then we can really have fun. But I wish you the greatest success, because you're really terrific. You're a very sweet person. I like you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, everybody, tell our listeners where they can connect with you online. I know you guys have the podcast, so.
Oh, I don't know that shit. Jimmy does that crap all the time. Online, we're on everything we're on cell phones, we're on computer, we're on everything that exists today. How you get there, I have no idea. Figure it out. Not a big deal.
Well, shout out the name of the show so that everybody could.
It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. And Jimmy and I got married. We're married 9 years. And I said to him, Jimmy, don't you think it would be nice to be the Jimmy Star and Ron Russell show? He said, no, never. That's my show. So you see?
Yeah.
So I have to be Jimmy Star with Ron Russell.
Okay. Well,
that's his thing. It's his baby. He was on 5 years before I came on. Mm-hmm. So I guess it means a lot. What's the name of your show?
The Business Shower Podcast.
The Business what?
Shower Podcast.
Okay. The Business Shower Podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why don't you put Kelly's Business Hour? Something. I would like your name in there, because that other sounds too printed out. Like, I think Kelly's Business Hour.
Kelly's. No? I might do a segment of that on my Instagram story, Kelly's Business Hour. I like that. I like that a lot, because I like you, and it's warm. It's like Kelly's going to tell me something to do with business. Mm-hmm. My show was called Ron Russell's Set the Record Straight. Mm-hmm. My TV show, and I told my celebrities, if anyone has ever said anything about you that was a lie or incorrect, now's your chance to set that record straight. Exactly. And they did. Mm-hmm. If you watch my interviews on YouTube, you'll see they all said what they hated the most. Like Jane Russell said, they made me out to be this big busty woman, always with my boobs hanging out. I said, well, what size bra are you? She said a 36B. Mm. And back then they thought those were knockers. Yeah, they haven't seen anything like that before.
Back then, kings would have come from all over the world to be with you. Wow. I mean, 36B is something. Look at you, Triple D. God bless you. Anyway, enough about the sisters. But that's what I'm known for. I always make wisecracks about the sisters.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll see you in Jersey.
Yes, you will. I'm going to send you my information.
Please do.
Thank you very much for letting me interview you on the show. And everybody, until next time, peace.
Bye-bye, and thank you again. It's been fun.